welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
And it's Queen B.
There we go. It's been a while since we've had that intro.
Yeah, that felt good.
It has been a while.
It has been. It's been a minute. Like B, you've been missing on.
I have. I'm sorry, guys. I've been dealing with a lot of responsibilities that have been thrust upon me lately.
That's about right.
So.
If you are a returning listener to the podcast, you've heard the many times we've cracked jokes at the expense of B, and whatever which medicine woman or lady of the night that has her voodoo doll needs to stop.
Please, I've had enough. I surrender.
Like you've had enough. You've had so much character building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one hell of a character these days.
That's so true. So true.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. If you're a new listener, thanks for giving us a listen to. We've had a lot of new listeners recently, a lot of new subscribers, so thank you if you are one of them. If you're not, give us a subscribe. You don't miss anything that we're doing. Which is pretty much an episode every Tuesday for the past 3 years. So
yeah, and if you guys are new and you're not aware, we are also on YouTube. There's video of every episode that we do. So if you like watching the podcast,
how many fingers am I holding up? You can only see if you watch the video.
That's right.
That is accurate. So yeah, if you are new, we would appreciate if you all give us a like, give us a follow. If you do enjoy the episode, we start off every episode with about 15, 20 minutes of some banter. It warms us up, gets us in the groove, and then we'll get to the topic that you came here for. Also, we just appreciate you giving us a listen to. We've been doing this for 3 years, and we've been growing ever since, and it's because of people like you just listening to us, checking us out. So we appreciate that. If you are a returning listener, what's up?
What
How y'all doing?
Hey.
I really didn't have a good intro for that. I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it, you know. Just this. We don't rehearse any of this.
We usually tell them to stay hydrated.
That is true, though. Well, that's just important in general, though. I tell everybody to do that.
Yeah,
you should hear me at work. It's ridiculous. Like
drink water.
The guy sitting next to me just drinks no water and eats nothing but like
Oh my God.
McDonald's and hot chips.
Everyone in my office has one of these, and it's full at all times.
Yeah, you got to stay hydrated.
All of them, even the guys, even the two men that are in our office.
Like this is my work water bottle. Yeah, I brought it up here because it's actually insulated, and I keep forgetting just I can bring that up here and have actual not hot water.
Yeah.
When it's hot up here. It's not even hot up here today. But anyways, yeah, so if you're a returning listener, we appreciate the support you've given us all these years. Make sure you're leaving us comments on these videos that we're doing, by the way. We have a couple that we've been getting because consistently. There's like 3 or 4 people that are consistently always like hitting us up on Spotify, which I appreciate. And or they'll just text me, which like today I heard from Mo. Like Mo was messaging me today about the episode we did for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, his sandwich.
Well, he did have something to say about that.
Did
he had thoughts. He did have thoughts. But if you're listening to this and you are whatever we're talking about, we had an episode come out from when this comes out, it's going to be a few weeks ago, called Heroes in a Half Shell, and it's about the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And we did a review on it. So give that episode a listen. That was actually a really fun episode to record.
That was so fun.
That was solid.
I was supposed to be on that one and I missed it.
You did. Yeah, you would have had a good time on that one.
I felt like I was on the other side of the Star Wars episode.
Yeah.
Doing that. Yeah, so it was like, it was cool.
It was good. It was definitely good. But as per usual, returning listeners, we appreciate you. Like I said before, make sure you're staying hydrated. And of course, you get your forehead kisses. There it is.
Surround sound this time.
Fan in full stereo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So about the comments, though, like I mentioned on a prior video, if you are leaving us comments, I'm probably going to be the one reading them. It's just kind of how it is. I usually try to stay on top of our socials and whatnot. Speaking of Mo, he mentioned how triggered we were about the meat to bread ratio statement that he made about the diagonal cut pizzas or not sandwiches. I'm sorry. Yeah, which is ridiculous. He also did mention that the Cowabunga pizza place we mentioned going to up in Illinois, that place actually does have Nintendo that you can play while you're waiting for your pizza. Just putting that out there.
Beautiful.
So, and also apparently somebody did finish the challenge. So they have like this pizza challenge where you have to eat a whole pizza in like 20 minutes. or else you you can get it for free or whatever.
or else you have to pay for it.
Or if you pay for it, exactly. So apparently they had never been completed, but recently somebody actually did it.
Wow.
So that's pretty tight.
Hell
but I
yeah.
still we need to take a required taste trip out there, and he wants to join us. So apparently it's not that far from him.
Wow.
Oh
From
yeah,
his
that's
house.
perfect. Yeah.
So yeah,
We've been
that's
talking
tight.
about doing like a required taste on the road for a long time.
We have.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
We will one of these days, though. It's going to happen. We haven't had a required taste outing in a while, so
Haven't.
it's been a minute since we've all just hung out and got like dinner together.
Yeah.
Because we actually do like each other outside of the podcast, believe it or not.
Yeah. We're all just adults with day jobs and we're very busy.
That's so true. So busy. That's why we need more likes and subscribers.
Yeah.
Do that.
So we can quit our day jobs.
Right? Help us out.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Help us help you.
But a while ago, on the Animals of and War Part 3 that we did, we had asked the internet what characters we would be in D&D. And B, you would be a good druid, apparently. According to Ashley, yeah, you'll be a good
What
druid.
does that mean?
Okay.
I don't know either. So
All right. I'm going to look, because of the internet, I'm going to look up the actual definition of it. So I don't,
would you say druid? The first thing I think of is Spaceballs. Because they were the druids. And remember the guy was like, are you Jewish?
goodness. So it's actually this is definition is pretty much what I would have said. So it's a spellcasting class, so like you would be like wizard stuff like that. But they actually use nature. They harness the powers of nature.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is their deal.
Super
She
down for
actually did not give me one for DJ, which is surprising. But I got either barbarian or wizard, which also makes sense. However, it did inspire me I want to do a D&D campaign this winter because there's nothing else going on. I don't leave the house much, so I just make people come to me. And I want to do a D&D campaign, and I think I have an idea for my character. And it's going to be essentially a wizard
do it. Let's
that
do it.
hates his history and hates like his family and lineage and refuses to use magic, so he just kicks everybody's ass.
Sure.
It's going to be great.
Let's do it,
like
and,
it.
and let's stream it.
Oh, man.
There it is. We found a loophole.
Yes.
That actually would be pretty interesting. If you guys want to hear, have us do, because we'd have to get a setup for it, which I can make that happen. That wouldn't be terribly difficult.
Is there a referee in D&D by any chance?
There's a dungeon master.
Can I
There's
be
like
the dungeon
guy who's in
master?
charge,
I would.
right?
I don't.
Can I just-
Yes, and I don't think that's a good idea.
There's no need to even think about it. That's the beautiful part. Just let it happen.
The dungeon master is a very heavily thought into part. Like you're
a lot of
creating the
work.
entire world for everybody.
lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't think that's either of us in our wheelhouse.
I said referee. You said dungeon master. I don't know.
But like, there's no okay.
What if there was a referee?
I hate it here.
Call me.
I really do sometimes.
I mean, what if DJ just kind of hangs out on the sidelines and keeps us from like killing each
I
other?
just blow a whistle every now and then.
Yeah,
Okay.
keeps me and Ben from killing each other.
That would be, that is, in itself, that is an uphill battle. That is for sure. It's been a while since YouTube been on an episode. I think that's why we've been actually like doing so well with staying on task.
Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, I need someone to yell at.
Yeah, I don't know if you've, well, I know you've been super busy, so I don't know if you've, been hearing like the recent episodes we've been doing, but it's all been like very like structured and like on the rails. So,
So we know whose fault it is.
I mean, I'm not pointing fingers, but I will say
Hey,
I've noticed
wait.
a trend.
Okay, I feel like the episode that me and John were on together wasn't as bad as it could have been.
It started off rough. That started off really rough. Which episode was
But
that?
it got there. We were what was it? We were talking about like fast food places.
Oh yeah, the
and,
fast food
like,
trends and the
yeah.
death of our childhood fast food. Yeah,
There was a little bit of content there.
yeah, yeah. It was about the size of a Big Mac's patty. Yes.
Yeah. But it was there. And it was $11.99.
Jeez. Did she? Didn't McDonald's just come out today saying that they're about to like change their menu prices because they realized it got out of hand?
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, very, very rarely go to McDonald's. Like, it's usually like if there's no other option and I'm traveling, something like that. But the last time I went, I think it was like $11 or $12 for the chicken nugget meal.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like,
Well,
dude, what the fuck is this?
They brought back the snack wraps, which I was so excited for because I used to get down on a snack wrap.
Yeah, those were good.
But they didn't bring back the grilled, and they didn't bring back the honey mustard.
Oh, no honey mustard?
No honey mustard.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my face.
That was my shit, was a grilled honey mustard snack wrap, but now all they have is crispy, and it's like ranch or like
and
spicy.
they probably load the ranch like they do mayo with like McChickens.
Oh, I hate when they do that. It's just like
Yeah.
they just right on there.
I like the mayo. I can't talk shit.
Yeah, I don't. But anyways, like a little bit of mayo is fine, but like how much they throw in there is a bit absurd.
I
Like,
will drink some mayo.
like I feel like they just that's your white half. Anyways, like they'll just like I feel like they just take like what is that tool that masons use to lay bricks.
Like one of those.
Yes, that of mayo. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, actually, apparently yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported on McDonald's aims to lower their combo meal prices.
About goddamn time.
Yeah, I'm randomly remembered that I was reading about that yesterday.
I really hope that's true.
Well, I mean, Wall Street Journal and People Magazine and Fox Business and Newsweek, so it's been reported on a lot of places.
I mean, just because it's reported on doesn't mean it's actually going to happen.
I see what you mean. I'm sorry. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
McDonald's is like, I mean, we got a lot of money.
Yeah.
So.
They're just going to get all this publicity about it and then be like, you know what? We changed our minds.
Right.
Just kidding.
Well, I think we had mentioned this briefly when we were talking about the fast food episode about like how people starting just to choose other options. Because if I'm paying $18 for a fucking bullshit hamburger and fries and a drink, I can go somewhere better.
I'll just go to Shoop's,
I would
Five Guys.
go to Shoop's or Five Guys or
man,
Culver's
no.
or
Shoop's is out of control. Shoop's
They
is,
are wild.
Shoop's has been wild.
So
Yeah, you goddamn, like, if you're eating
Oh
for your
my
family,
God.
like, you goddamn got to finance that shit.
I would take out a second mortgage. Yeah.
I got I think like 2 meals because me and my grandma split a meal. I
Mm-hmm.
got 2 meals from myself and my grandparents the other day, and that shit was like goddamn $45.
Yeah.
It was
It's
like
wild.
2 hamburgers and 2 fries, and it was like I was like, damn, I got to take out a second mortgage for this.
They still got a Zell's by my house. It's
Dude,
the
I
only
miss
one
Zell's.
left. So like I hit that motherfucker every Friday, dude.
I would.
Man.
Because for like $14, I'll get like chili cheese fries and the Zell's burger.
Rest in peace.
And it's fucking
Zell's
perfect. That's all I
over
need.
my house.
Dude, I miss Zell's so much. But I my trade off though is I do have a Lincoln's down the street at
Yeah,
least.
Lincoln's.
I'm
so
jealous of that.
I'll take it.
That's really nice.
I'll take it. Yeah, they open early and stay open late, and I fuck with that so heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Lincoln's.
good to me. They're good to me.
When I went there last time, we finished the podcast. They closed at like I think it was 9:00, and I got there at like 8:48. And
Oh, last
I
time
was
we
like,
brought- yeah.
okay, cool. And I was the only one that was in there. I was like, sweet. As soon as I ordered, like a rush. There was like 6 or 7
man.
people that came right after me.
Like, we gotta get
Jeez.
there before it closes.
Yeah, and I was like I was the one who like
Yeah, they
Open
saw like
the
one car.
floodgates, yeah.
They saw a dude and they're like, "Wait, there's somebody in there."
Yep.
Wait, there's a car there. These motherfuckers still open.
yep.
And they just flooded it. But yeah, Lincoln's is money. You know what was crazy though, and I know you probably had a question to start us off with, but we just kind of
Oh
led
yeah,
into
it's
this.
good. Yeah.
But I was driving through Gary the other day. I forgot where I was going, but I had to take a detour because of all the damn construction. And I was by my old house, like the neighborhood I grew up in. And there's been a sandwich shop that was closed, like between like 49th and 47th and Broadway. And I grew up right around that neighborhood. I knew it existed, but I never paid attention to it. It was a fucking Lincoln's. I never knew that there was a Lincoln's in Gary right by where I grew up at, and it was open when I was a kid. But nothing ever went in there.
I didn't know there was a Lincoln's in Gary.
Yeah, apparently there was.
Wow.
At least it said Lincoln's. I don't know.
You know what? That makes sense because I think my mom used to work at that one. My
Yeah.
mom used to work at Lincoln's like either around when I was born or a little bit before I was born, so late 80s.
Well, yeah, but you said because didn't your parents live around my neighborhood? Your mom did. Your
Yeah.
mom grew up right by
She
where
grew
I
up in
did.
Gary, yeah.
Right. That would make sense because that's the old neighborhood.
Yeah, so
Because she grew up on the east side, I think.
yeah, I think actually no, it was probably when she was in her 20s, so it was way before I was born when she was working at that Lincoln's.
Yeah.
So that was probably the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It has been there since I was a kid, but I think they closed in like the early to mid 90s. It had to have.
Yeah.
I remember it, but I don't remember like it vividly. But it's been closed since then. But they never changed the building. There's never nothing else that was ever put there. And I was like, man, that was a Lincoln's. What the hell?
God damn it,
Chip! You could have been eating Lincolns this whole time.
Chip. Well, thankfully, Coney King is still there and it's still open.
Yeah.
So they ain't going nowhere. That's a staple. A staple of the community.
Yeah, Coney
We
King.
always end up talking about food.
That's because we be hungry. I'm hungry right now.
I feel that.
I had 3 mid-ass tacos before y'all got here, and I'm starving again. I realized I didn't have any of the ingredients I needed to make actually like good tacos. But Deej, you will be happy to know that I have El Milagro
Nice.
shell, so
Hell yeah.
at least I got that going on.
Yeah, you got to get those El Milagro tortillas.
That's the only thing that DJ has ever imparted upon me.
Yeah, so that's something you got to.
I mean, that's a good
Yeah, it was like
recommendation.
when Aaron was we were living together, he like texted me, said he was making tacos, and I was like, sweet. And I got home from work, and like I go in the kitchen, and then like everything was kind of laid out, but the pack of tortillas he had were Mission tortillas.
Oh, no.
And I like grabbed them, and I went to his room. I was like, "What the fuck is this?
Just like throws them down.
You bring this into my house?"
Yes, I did.
Have you seen that? It's like a TikTok sound, and it's like white people taco night.
That was going through my head the entire time I was making tacos today. I thought I had all the ingredients I needed, like like because dude, all right, white people's taco night. I will say, like white people's tacos are pretty good though.
I'll fuck around.
I'll fuck with white people tacos.
I could eat a lot of like I'll fuck
Oh,
around
yeah.
and eat like 7, 8 of those.
Hell yeah.
Just the beef and cheese.
Yeah,
some
yeah.
lettuce.
Dude,
The ground beef with the taco seasoning packet.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that. But I have the seasoning at least, so I can just make that up. But I didn't have like any taco sauce. I didn't have any lettuce, no tomato. Like
You didn't have some Catalina dressing?
I had ground turkey cheese, and for the sauce, I remember that I had the Taco Bell bag of Taco Bell sauce
God.
packets. So I read a bunch of them bitches open this morning there.
It's like tacos, but everything is just slightly worse.
Yes. And that was my dinner today. Well, I've been on a diet for a while now, but like I kind of like deviated from it, and so did Jess. So we're like, okay, we're gonna get together. We're gonna fucking be on a diet this week. We're gonna start this week strong.
Yep.
And honestly, we've kept to it. Like we
Good
both
for
have been real stringent with it. It's like, okay, cool, ground turkey, good for me. Shell tortillas, and then I'm like, well, yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, it's okay.
My dentist got me on steroids right now for my tooth,
Yes.
and it makes a bitch hungry.
Ooh, dang.
Like, I don't eat very much on a normal basis, I feel. Like, I'm just not like a huge, I don't know. I eat small portions.
Sure.
And just the past couple of days, I'm like, I could eat everything. I could eat like an entire like chicken pot pie right now.
We got to go to Cowabunga's quick.
Swiftly.
take a dose of some roids. And
Yeah.
We'll all
Oh, yeah.
take some. We'll take it together.
Yes. I've never been this hungry.
Roided out. Required
Where's
taste.
the pizza?
Required taste on the roids.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
Just eating.
Right? Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody. They don't.
Again, there is a market for everything.
Filth. Jeez. Anyway, so one of the things we've been doing podcast wise, like just, to mix it up, to keep our topics, at least fresh and interesting every week, is for one, we of course have the listener editions of the episodes, which we got to get back to soon. We have like a list that we've been building of those. But two, we've been actually switching off every week. So if you've been listening to us for a while, you probably noticed that every week somebody has like a topic that they're leading on. It ain't me this week. So it's going to be B. B is bringing us back.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of us.
DJ's got some too.
True.
Thanks.
But yeah, there's 5 of us. And because of that, and because we're a democracy and we want everybody to have their equal churn.
We're a cheerocracy.
Equal
And-
rights and lefts.
Equal rights and lefts, of course. Rated E for everyone. So we want to mix it up a little bit. This week, B's bringing us a topic. What you got going on?
Yeah. So I thought that I would talk about some of the everyday things that a person would come across in their day-to-day life in the Victorian era that can kill you.
Okay.
Like ways that people in the Victorian era killed themselves on a regular basis.
Sensational.
Unalived themselves, I'm sorry.
Sure.
So, okay. All right, we're talking the Victorian era. Okay, so this is like 1837 to like 1900, 1901. So this is like, we're talking mainly that time period. Although some of these things do have lasted significantly longer than that. So one of the things that was super common in the Victorian era was like they were kind of starting to mass produce food. And of course, everybody wants to produce for cheaper and sell for higher.
Of course.
So it was really common because there was no like food regulation at the time for bakers to be like putting all kinds of bullshit in their bread. Okay? So like
yeah, it's like, if you think Victorian era, it's like the Industrial Revolution, like science and technology. Like we've had episodes talking about they figured out fucking plumbing. Like we're kind of, this is like just a trial period for everything. A lot of things that we still use today, the systems, everything.
This is also kind of the time when people are becoming specialized in certain things. Like there's a baking industry, there's a this industry, a that industry. It's like there's kind of things are coming up to be their own. It's not like the one person in the household bakes all the bread and does all the things. It's like, oh no, go run over to the local market and buy some from the baker or whatever.
And you think about like if you get a job, if anybody has had like a blue collar job at a warehouse or industrial job or a construction job, more than likely you're going to go through a day of safety training. They're going to tell you the tools you're going to use, how you're going to use them. And some places don't. Sometimes you just go right into it. But if you got a place that is involved with OSHA, they have regulations. They know about chemicals. They say this one will burn you. This one, if you smell it'll kill you. If this one, and they didn't have that back then.
Now, how did they figure that out?
The same way cavemen found out which berry was poisonous.
Exactly. And all this happened during the Victorian era.
And I'm sorry I had laughed a little bit when you were talking about like the safety videos, because we've all worked blue collar jobs, and those listening to will know what I'm referring to.
Oh my God.
Those videos are fucking hilarious.
They're awesome,
dude. So like I worked at, I'm not going to name the company, but I worked at a car manufacturing plant, and day one, I swear to God, I think it was day one, they showed us a video of a guy getting his arm cut off.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And half of us were like,
They're like, welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah. We're like,
play hardball over here,
right? Oh man. Anyways, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So this is kind of the era when all that shit was getting figured out. And one of the things, like I said, that was common was bakers adding shit to their bread because they're like, I want my bread to weigh more. I want it to be whiter. That was one of the things, like, people wanted everything to be pure. There was like this purity kind of thing in like the Victorian era that was real popular.
Yeah, it was called the Victorian era because of Queen Victoria. So everybody wanted to be like proper middle class to upper class, you know.
And like the whiter your bread was, apparently the more pure it was.
White bread.
White bread. So they would, bakers would add alum powder or plaster of Paris to their breads to make them weigh more and to make them whiter. Which, like, I probably don't have to tell you guys, but neither of those things are edible. So there would be certain families that were like lower class that couldn't afford very much food, and they would buy their loaf of bread to feed their whole family for the week, and then their kids would die of malnutrition.
So I had to look it up.
Imagine your parents like yelling at you because you didn't finish your fucking food because it's like scratching your esophagus on the way down. And your mom's like, if you don't finish that fucking bread, I will sell you on the fucking street.
You're worth more than that bread, kid.
So plaster of Paris, I was just curious what it was made out of. Plaster of Paris is a white powdery substance made from powdered gypsum, a mineral that when mixed with water forms a paste that quickly hardens into a solid material.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Yep. They were eating that shit.
You're like eating fast, like quick dry cement.
Imagine like a tiny little emaciated Victorian child.
I feel like his name's Emilio.
He coughs and like powder comes out.
Yeah, because like I'm reading this, okay, like yeah, when mixed with water. Oh yeah, the thing that our bodies are made of mostly.
No more water, please.
That's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. You said it was a plaster of Paris and what?
Alum powder.
Alum powder. Do you have that? What that is?
I'm guessing it's like an industrial powder.
I just want to throw it in. Also, the water that they were getting was coming from fucking lead pipes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
100%. Even the water they were using to mix it with was fucking shitty.
Was absolutely poisoning them. Yeah. Like that. Well, that was another thing. Was like they would have milk. Oh, do we know what alum powder is?
I do. So alum powder, also known as potassium alum or potash alum.
Potash. Yeah, that's what it is
a white crystalline powder with various uses. The common use is a food additive, especially in pickling, and is also found in cosmetics and water purification products.
Yeah, okay, so that one is technically edible. However, it's not supposed to make up majority of your diet. It's supposed to be like in tiny little amounts.
Yeah, that's one of those FDA approved will allow 0.5% of this.
Correct.
And,
So, yeah, you're not supposed to have that make up half of your daily bread.
No, but that makes sense when you mentioned it was for the weight thing though, because it's actually used with baking powder. Used in baking powder. I'm sorry, because when combined with baking soda, it can actually help dough rise.
There you go.
So there you go. I've learned that today.
So they would also, another common thing for poor people to eat and just people in general was milk, right? So there was not like pasteurization yet. That whole process had not been figured out. They didn't even know what bacteria was at this point. So they would purify their milk by putting borax in it.
That doesn't sound good.
It's not.
Which borax, sodium borate, is like, it's used as like a cleaning supply. Mm-hmm. Like, as far as I'm aware, it's always been, it's like a cleaning supply, and it's a very strong cleaning supply. Like, it's very like,
Yeah, 100%. So, you're right. So it's commonly used as a household cleaner, laundry booster, and insecticide.
Correct, yeah. So not something you want in your milk. But there was like this magazine chick, like akin to a Betty Crocker, kind of like someone who would write articles in local magazines that would like tell people, oh, you should do this to purify your milk. And she would say like a pinch of borax in your baby's bottle would like purify their milk, right?
Jeez, these kids had no chance.
That's fucked up. That's like when you're sick and grandma's like, fucking just rub a potato on his head or some bullshit like that. Like, like exactly. No fucking grandma.
So like,
this isn't working. I'm a migraine.
And then there's that one kid that's like, no, it works, I swear. So 5 grams of borax, which is what they would use to purify a pint of milk, was enough to kill a small child.
Was enough to, and probably did.
Oh yeah. And then, so also what they thought that it did was they thought it preserved the milk. So they thought that like once they put some so what it did was it would destroy like the sour taste because it would change the acidity of the milk.
Oh, shit.
So when milk starts to go bad, it starts to get more acidic and you taste it. And that's how you can tell, hey, this milk is bad. It tastes like sour and it's also chunky. But like
smell,
and a little borax in there.
The borax, you would put a pinch of borax in there and it would purify the milk, quote unquote. It would take away the sour taste because all it's doing is changing the acidity of the milk. So people were drinking rotten milk, thinking it was fine. As a result, bacteria like bovine tuberculosis killed an estimated 500,000 children during the Victorian era.
That's so many kids.
That is 500,000 kids.
Yeah, we've talked about it so many times before, but like, if you're alive today, like you gotta understand like how fucking lucky you are, and how many people died, how many kids that just like didn't make it past the age of fucking like 5.
Yeah,
because of milk.
How many kids never got the chance to reproduce?
or something crazy like that. Like the odds of us being here today are just astronomical.
Yeah, it really, honestly. And we're gonna see that as more apparent as we go on. Another thing kind of having to do with that is when mothers would feed milk to their babies, they would either, they had like breast pumps at the time, so they would do that, or they would do formula, which was basically like flour and water. Also not a good idea. Yeah. They would put it in these glass bottles, and they were shaped like a teardrop almost, and then they would have a tube with like a pacifier type thing at the end of it that was made out of like animal skin, and they would just never fucking clean it. They would just never clean it because it was, like I said, it was teardrop shaped, so it had a really narrow top, and then it like flared out, so it was really difficult to clean, and they didn't even know they had to clean it, so they would just like feed their babies with this all the time, and then all these babies were getting sick from bacteria from rotten ass milk in their rotten ass bottles.
Oh god, that's wild.
Yeah, they were just killing babies all over the place.
I just imagine, like, if anybody drinks pre-workout, just imagine never washing your pre-workout bottle.
How crusty that would be.
Dude, like, the smell that protein makes, like if you don't wash out your like protein shakers, like after like 3-4 days, that smell,
it's devastating.
Yeah.
It is.
It's absolutely devastating.
And I have considered throwing away the bottle before, because like it was in my sink, and I wasn't like, oh, I know what's in. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no,
not even worth it.
Cause I didn't open it. I'm like, I'm just throwing. It's not worth it. It's really not. I'll buy another one.
Yeah.
So I just imagine that kind of smell.
Oh yeah. Like any type of like dairy scenario too is like just terrible, just terrible. So these poor babies,
right?
That's what they were getting on the daily. Yeah, there was a zillion ways to kill your kids in the Victorian era. Another fun way to kill, especially the help of the house.
No.
In urban areas, stairs. So, okay, you might not think, yes, stairs are dangerous. However, they were vastly more dangerous in the Victorian era.
Okay.
They'd figure out the pitch.
Exactly. So stairs were made cheaply in urban areas. They were made really steep, and they were made really narrow to save on space.
Yeah.
They were often made without railings, non-uniform steps. So like this step would be like this big, this step would be this big. Like,
jeez.
Yeah. And it was especially prevalent in like servants' quarters. They just didn't care. They didn't want to spend the good money on the servants' quarters.
Sure.
So they just they're like, all right, climb up these sticks that we put together. And so this was causing severe injuries and deaths. In 1847, this guy named Peter Nicholson, he standardized the safe height and width of stairs. So he like measured, what the average gate is and how safe it would be to have like this stair be this width, and like how far apart they need to be.
Sure.
For like optimum safety, and that's what we use today. But it was largely disregarded in the Victorian era.
I just keep imagining like a bunch of carpenters building a staircase, and they're like, all right, Bob, try it out.
Yeah.
And then he like falls to his death, and they're like, you know what, we should probably go down maybe another 10 degrees, and then like how many bobs did they go through? Like,
yeah.
That reminds me of like, you guys ever been to like a really old house in like Hammond or East Chicago that had an upstairs? And like notice how narrow those stairs are?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I how tall were people back
Yeah,
then?
some of Chaz's family way back when Chaz would house sit for one of his family members, and he had one of those old houses that's in like North Hammond, right by the exit off Holman.
Yeah.
They're all like big as fuck. They're huge, like not Victorian style, but they're very old. And yeah, that house was creaky as fuck, dude. The stairs sucked.
yeah.
Like it was exactly how you described. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Like because my aunt has a house like that where the upstairs. Because my aunt's not a very tall woman. I think she's shorter than you.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, she's not a very tall woman, which is perfect for her because that house is made for her size people.
Yeah.
My tall ass. So like those stairs, my foot can fit maybe a quarter of the way on it.
You
So
gotta go
getting up there
sideways.
is easier. Going down's a question mark.
Yeah.
But you get up there and like everything's short. Like my head it would go through the ceiling.
People didn't used to be as tall as you.
That was a them problem. Blame their weak ancestry. I don't know.
You genetic mutants just sprung up in the last couple decades or whatever, century or so. I don't know where you guys came from.
I have an answer for that, but it's not for this episode. Save that bad boy for Black History Month. Anyways, you're not gonna like the answer to this. But there's a reason why we're in all the sports.
have you
Anyways. Anywho.
Who's goddamn white babies?
Who goddamn? For clarity of why we just said that, B's been trying to convince me to start my own streaming channel for video games.
Yes, tell him how much you want him to do that.
I don't want to do that.
He wants to do it. He just wants encouragement.
I don't want that either.
Yes.
But if anybody's ever played Stardew Valley, I hope you have. It's a good game. And I was sitting there chilling, and I realized that my wife produced these 2 white babies. My character is not white.
And for a second, we thought one of them was named Dave Jr.
Like,
That's the guinea pig.
Like, who the fuck is Dave Jr.?
Right? That's the baby's real daddy.
So if anybody's ever played Stardew Valley, I hope you are loving that reference because what the hell?
Yeah.
I would hate if there's a character named DJ in there. That's the one. That's it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Lives right by the river.
That's the guinea pig. You're the guinea pig.
Obviously
David
lives right next to
Jr.
the river
Yeah.
in the woods.
Yeah.
It's like him and the homeless guy.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect. Him and the homeless guy and the guinea pig.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So stairs, they sucked. Also, wallpaper. So just wallpaper. There was this kind of new introduction of gas lighting in houses. So people's houses were like lit up really nicely for the first time. And so they're like, all right, we have this nice, beautifully lit space. We need to decorate. We need to put some shit on the walls. So the wallpaper industry became very popular. And they had a lot of different ways of creating colors to make the wallpaper out of. They wanted to make them very bright and colorful. So they used something called Scheele's green wallpaper.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit had arsenic in it. And it was a really popular color. Yeah, it was a guy named Scheele, and he invented it. And it was Scheele's green.
Sure,
And,
name after himself. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, let's buy this Scheele's green wallpaper. Just plastered their walls in arsenic.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Yeah. So that was another thing.
It's like our grandparents' generation and their obsession with asbestos.
Oh my God, I know. Yeah, that was a few century or so later, but
Oh yeah.
Still,
yeah,
it's right there.
it is. Or like lead paint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, I forgot. How many schools that were covered in lead paint?
Oh my God. Have you heard of the boomer lead stare?
I'm sorry. What?
So like supposedly there's like this thing called the boomer lead stare where it's like boomers of the boomer generation, they will just like kind of stare off into nowhere, and it's like a symptom of lead paint poisoning.
What?
I feel like I do that.
Right, I do that shit now. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's disconcerting. That is disconcerting.
Yep.
That's
Oh
funny.
man.
So yeah, arsenic in the wallpaper. Another food related thing I forgot about. To brewers who would make beer to mask low quality brews, They would add strychnine for bitterness because it would mimic the taste of hops.
Give that flavor.
Oh, jeez. I never need to know that strychnine and hops have a similar flavor. That's cool.
Yeah. Or they would add this toxic plant called Cocculus indicus to mimic alcohol's effects. So they were just poisoning people with this toxic plant to make them feel drunk.
Oh, well, I mean, alcohol itself is poison, so.
Yeah, well, this was more poison.
There we go.
It contains a picorotoxin, which is a poison that causes nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, and potentially more serious effects like stupor and intoxication. So, yeah, they were basically makes you feel drunk.
And for the listeners who don't know, strychnine is pretty much rat poison. So
It is. Yeah, that's like, it kills you.
Man, I bet you we did that episode on the Irish Rasputin. He would have fucking crushed it in the Victorian era.
He would have just been slamming beers.
Just would have crushed. He would have thrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Victorian era.
He's like, strychnine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This got mercury in it? Sweet.
Love it.
Yeah.
Plumbing systems we were talking about. That's a fun one.
Oh, please do tell.
Okay, so plumbing was very new. They didn't really know how it worked yet, but they were like, hell yeah, we can shit in our houses. Love it. It's great.
I do, yes. It's one of my favorite things, actually.
Yeah. So plumbing systems in homes for the first time, they could sometimes have methane pockets that would build up when the pipes would get clogged because they didn't have like all of the, shenanigans that plumbing has nowadays.
Yes, that's exactly how they teach it in school.
So they would get, yeah, they taught us plumbing in school. So these methane pockets, they would kind of just like build up after they would flush the toilet. It would kind of get clogged in there and it would just like sit. And sometimes there would be a clog at nighttime, and then someone had to go down in there under the house and like unclog it, right? At nighttime, what do you use for light?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lantern or a candle or something.
You use a candle. You use a flame. You use a flame as a light. And what happens with methane and flames?
Well, I'm no scientist. But a poop bomb.
A poop bomb. Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Comes to mind.
The light from their lanterns and their candles would light the methane, and flames would shoot out the toilet.
One of my fears as a kid was always like a snake biting me in the butt when I was pooping. That's worse.
Yes.
Yeah, so next time you guys, you might have a toilet clog and you have to get some Drano and you might be upset. I would be a little thankful.
Yeah. So like nowadays we have the siphon valve, which is like, and then where it goes into a U shape or whatever, and it keeps that stuff from flowing back up, right?
Supposed to, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. But have you heard about that Thomas Crapper invented the toilet?
No.
No? You never heard that?
No.
As a kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
We had two very different childhoods.
All right. Well, there's this guy named Thomas Crapper, and it's a very common rumor that he invented the toilet. He actually did not invent the toilet, but he invented the siphon valve. So he sort of did. He invented the modern toilet.
Nah.
What's his last name? Actually, Crapper?
Yes, Thomas Crapper.
That is
Yeah.
sensational.
Yep. Look it up.
I believe you.
That makes
I'm good.
so much sense now. So like I got to take a crap, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crapper.
That's hilarious. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Oh, super unfortunate for him. That's his legacy.
You have this awesome invention, and
Well, your the legacy is actually pretty good in my opinion. I mean, you made something that everybody uses. And may not be as thankful for, but I am thankful
Oh, super.
for Mr. Crapper.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Crapper.
Right? Bless up.
thank you.
So I'll take a moment.
Yeah.
Next time you're pooping.
You think about it now, like we have toilet paper, and then we have 2-ply toilet paper, we have single-ply toilet paper, we have wipes, we have all these things that are, we're not supposed to flush down our toilets that we figured out over the years. Victorian era, they didn't know.
No, they had no idea.
Nothing about that. They were like, oh, we just put it down the hole and it's gone.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sweet.
Sounds good,
I don't got to
boss.
dump it in the fucking the night trough anymore
Yeah.
for the night soilman.
The night
Come pick it
soilman.
up.
Night soilman.
If y'all are wondering what a night soilman is, go back and listen to our episode about horrible jobs in history. We do cover that.
That's what was happening before this. So
Indeed.
Yep.
yeah, so that wasn't fun. Along the same lines, I was talking about gas lighting earlier. Gas lighting was a new thing. Yeah, gas is pretty damn dangerous. They didn't know that yet.
Yeah, that's another weird one to just introduce to everybody
Yeah.
and not tell them
They're like, here you go.
not a lot of information on like the do's and don'ts.
It's in your house now. And
Yeah.
it was before they added like the smell. So the smell of natural gas is added to it. It doesn't actually smell like that. It's like if there's a gas leak, you can smell it. That's what it's for. Yeah, they didn't have that yet.
No.
They did not do that yet.
No.
We had to figure out that was a necessary thing to do.
I just remember too, like, and I don't know what year this was, so forgive me, but like that's before they even standardized oil too. Because before oil was made by a bunch of different companies and it was not all the same quality. So
Yeah.
like a bunch of fires were started because of that.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should do this same thing, but for the Edwardian era, because that's when electricity started to become a thing. So that would be a fun episode.
I actually have in my list an episode to talk about how Thomas Edison was a dick.
Yeah.
So I want to do an Edison versus Tesla episode.
Yes, that's a good one.
And
Nice.
I think I actually might do that next week. Fuck it. I was trying to figure out what I want to talk about next week, so that'd be a good one.
Yeah, just knock it out.
Yeah, Edison versus Tesla. We're gonna put it on the calendar. Stay tuned next week for Edison and Tesla.
Don't promise that.
Now you're trying to reel me in. I always want to reel y'all motherfuckers in. Let me live my life. Let me be great.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Damn it.
to add to the gas thing, you got to imagine like there was people that like say a lighthouse. You know, a guy who would operate a lighthouse who was responsible to have this light constantly be shining on. So they needed a gas lamp that was going to be running the entire
All
time.
the time.
Sometimes that light goes out, you know, and the gas
Indeed.
still runs. You know, so they had a lot of
And
problems
they
with
have
that.
no way of telling.
Yeah, they had no way of telling. And the same thing in a household. People, they had, I think we talked about this before, the terrible jobs. They actually had, it was someone's job to light and extinguish all the street lights because they were all just like, you know, candles,
Yeah.
basically. And people had this in their house now, but with gas. So you just the common thing of forgetting. It's just
yeah.
falling asleep
Oh,
and
yeah.
leaving your fucking,
And then
you know.
you suffocate to death.
Yeah, either the light stays on and it possibly starts a fire, or it blows out and the gas is still on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either you explode or you suffocate.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
One or the other.
It's like the guy installs the gas and they're like, "Hey, is there anything I should be worried about this?" The guy's like, "I don't know."
See ya.
Probably.
Just leaves.
Bye.
That would be 2 straw pennies. I'm out. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. By
Like,
the
we're
way,
still figuring that out. Bye.
bye.
Great question.
Right.
Leaves.
I do that. That's all the time. It's
He
one of my
like
things to do.
pulls out his little pocketbook and he's like writing. He's like,
Good question. I didn't think about that.
Excellent.
anything that you should
Excellent.
be worried about? Question mark.
That's good stuff.
Probably.
Also, and just
Ask the boss for later.
a side note though about lighthouses. So remember when we camped on South Vanuatu Island, and we took the lighthouse tour, and they showed us like they modernized this lighthouse that had been there since around this time actually, and they updated it to enforce electricity to use like a bulb and all that stuff instead of just fire. And they were giving us the whole tour, really cool. And we're up there, and they show us the light, and then they show us how it was turned on. It was a light switch. It's a normal ass, basic ass, in your house ass light switch.
They didn't even have like a.
Nope, just a. Now the thing
man,
about this
that's
is,
disappointing.
and I don't know if you remember this or not, Deej, but the thing that happened that night though
I heard about it.
is that they, for the listeners then, that night the tour, they were like, oh well, we only light this for occasions, special cases like anniversaries, something like that. A person who was with us on this trip,
Who shall not be named.
who shall not be named, flipped
He
the
knows who
switch.
he is.
Flip that switch, and I'm like, I saw him do it. I'm like, dude, did you turn it off? It's like, yeah. That night we're on the beach, like making burgers or whatever, and we're on the beach, we're making food, we're having some beers, just chit chat and whatever. And I look over, I'm like, hey, that lighthouse is on. It's like, oh, maybe I didn't turn it
Must
off.
be a special occasion.
As he's like fixing the pirate flag.
Yes. Yeah, he did, because he brought it. I forgot he brought the damn thing with him, right?
And we were eating unseasoned steak.
Yeah, we were just eating just meat. Yeah.
We brought a bunch of food to cook. We brought no seasoning.
We brought no seasoning.
Man.
Our cooler was filled with, because we were drinking at the time, our cooler was just filled with beer and like a few food items.
Beer and raw meat.
Beer and raw meat, yeah.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
It was a man trip.
There were ladies there. Your significant others and then me. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fifth wheel on an island.
That sounds like fun.
Surrounded by nature. A lot of spiders.
Sure, yeah, I heard about the spiders too.
Yeah, a lot of spiders.
It's a very infamous trip.
So much happened.
Yeah.
So much happened on that island. Should have been there. You would have hated it.
I definitely would have hated it.
I'm sorry to cut you off, though.
Oh, no, you're fine. Look who's getting off track today, huh?
You're welcome. I'm here for vibes. Like I said earlier, I am here for the vibes.
Yes, here for the vibes. Okay. I just got a couple more things here. So there was this thing that was used to squeeze water out of clothing called a mangle.
Okay.
And it was like a roller. It was like two rollers, right? And
I've
you
seen
would
those,
put
yeah.
the clothes in
You
there
would run
and
it?
it would Yep. And guess what? Tiny little humans would get their fingers caught in there.
Listening to that voice in the back of your head.
Victorian children.
Of course. Of course. Oh, jeez.
And sometimes they would get their whole ass hands and whole ass arms crushed in there.
I believe that. And it has to be like rough. It's always going to be rough anytime you think about like, being like losing an arm or a leg or something like that. Even now, I mean, it's still not, it's still like at a bit of a disadvantage at least, even with prosthetics. But think about being a Victorian child that just lost an arm.
You're
Like,
done.
that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like a horse losing its leg. Like,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Put it down. Make another one.
Because they didn't know about bacteria at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, if you get a serious injury, they're like, slap some mud on it. And then you die.
Put some bread on it.
Yeah, put some bread on it.
Yep. Yeah, we've talked about that before too, how they used to try to, they would literally like rub shit and piss on things.
Yeah. They're like, oh, here's some scorpion venom. Stick that in there and see what it does.
Like, yes, you have ghosts in your blood. Have some cocaine about it.
Yeah. They would put like chicken shit. They would get like a chicken and make it shit into like a fucking.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
God, that's disgusting.
Yep. Anyway, that's what was happening to the poor armless Victorian children who were starving to death and being poisoned.
Jeez.
And then if by some chance they would make it to adulthood, the women had to wear corsets. And
yeah, that's another scary one.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Corsets, they would get really, really tight because again, that was the fashion at the time, was a tiny little waist. Not that it isn't now. But back then, corsets would cause respiratory distress, damage to internal organs, damage to fetuses if the woman was pregnant, and then also for women postpartum, like after they would give birth, they would wear corsets to make themselves look skinnier because, you gain a little weight
Suck it back in. That would cause uterine prolapse. Yeah, sorry for that visual.
Oh yeah. Well, because in my brain I was already picturing because they've shown like pictures of like women without like what the corsets did to their bodies.
Oh yeah.
And it's fuckered up. Like if you guys want to see something later that's going to stick with you.
Oh, it's a horror show.
That'll do it. That sticks with me to this day.
It is a horror
And then
show.
that.
Yes.
So I was already picturing this one thing, and then you made it worse.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
It's like
For
one of
that.
those balls you get at the dollar store that you squeeze and like the stuff like pops out. That's what I'm thinking.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's like, this is your uterus.
Ew.
This is uterus. This is uterus on drugs.
This is your uterus with a corset. Oh man. So yeah, that's what I got. There was a lot more, but just for the sake of time.
Yeah, I'll pick up on that from. So the makeup was another big thing that women had
For
it
trollops.
really rough for pretty much fucking ever.
Yes.
Yep.
So any rough error that there was, you can pretty much times 2 that for the women, if whatever the men were going through.
Yeah.
Because you want to imagine whatever, the men go out to war, the women take care of the household. In this case, the household was a fucking death trap.
It really was. And like take the basically day-to-day life that like men had to live, but also add childbirth to that scenario.
Yeah.
Which could kill you. Well, still can.
Still can. Mm-hmm. But especially in the Victorian era.
So like we talked about the Victorian era, everybody wanted to be proper. You got to think white makeup, the wigs, you know.
They all wanted to be like Queen Victoria.
Yeah, everybody wanted to look like Queen Victoria, and it was almost like a new standard that everybody wanted to fucking uphold. So the makeup that they used was, of course, fucking atrocious. They would smear themselves with like lead-based like products, you know, like it was basically white paint. Like lead-based white paint.
Wearing like traditional like rouge or lipstick was frowned upon because it was seen as the mark of a loose woman.
Yeah,
Yes, trollops. She's a witch.
A harlot.
Fallen woman. Oh, we could go on this for hours.
So they all wanted to make themselves look very pure and very much like they weren't the no makeup look, essentially.
And they wanted this so much that like when they would put this makeup on, that like the makeup would dry and stiffen on their face, so they couldn't even make like facial expressions because it would crack the paint that they put on their face. So if, like a lot of pictures you'll see like these old Victorian pictures where everyone's proper and the lady's just like,
because
yes,
it's because she's fucking super glued her whole fucking face. She can't move it, you know. And the problem with this also came the makeup removal, how they took everything off. You know, like I know now with makeup removal, like the smells that I've smelt in my experience is like that doesn't look fun at all. You know, to get all of that stuff off. You know,
it takes a while. My makeup wipes actually smell really nice, but. Yeah, no, it does. It's a process. It's a process.
So this makeup that they would put on initially would cause scarring. It would cause severe burns. It would cause rashes, all types of stuff like that.
The cement is drying on their faces.
That'll do it.
They got it's like chiseling, like all the fucking the makeup off. So when they removed the makeup, they would use like pretty much like straight gasoline. You know, like. Very, very harsh products that were just gonna like irritate all the scarring and damage that was already on from the makeup, which I imagine left a lot of not so good looking people back then.
Probably not.
You know,
yeah,
a lot of scar faces, and that sucks because then it's like, well, I have to put
even
on.
Worse.
Yeah, I got to put on makeup all the time now because I look like a fucking scarecrow.
It's like in high school when we were all like trying makeup for the first time and we didn't know what our skin could handle. And we didn't know to wash it off properly, so we would put makeup on to cover a breakout, and it would make us break out even more, and then we would have to put on more makeup.
It's a vicious cycle.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so...
Thankfully you're a man.
With great skin, yes.
Now, we talked about the kind of industrial boom that this came with and all these new jobs that are coming up, all these companies that are basically going to start mass producing all of these products that people are going to be using day to day. The chemicals that they're using for the makeup, for all this stuff, there's companies now that are making all of these things with no regulations whatsoever, which left a lot of workplace accidents. The numbers are kind of like crazy.
Yeah, OSHA didn't exist yet.
Yeah, there was no OSHA, and even before OSHA, there was just like regular, like I forgot what it was called. I should have wrote it down, but it was basically just there was like a basic safety standard for most companies, but it wasn't enforced.
Yeah, they were like just try not to cut your fingers off.
Yeah, OSHA wasn't around until the 70s, until they really started cracking down, you know. But during this process, there was also child labor. So there was kids working in factories getting fucking injured.
Yeah, because their tiny little hands could fit in the...
Right. How else would I get in there?
Exactly.
But actually going on top of what you were talking about, I have to look up what year this was, but this actually is in the Victorian era. Like, okay, so yeah, like you have a horrible working condition as an adult. Even, of course, for children was bad too. Because who else is going to fit their little body in between these machines? But what also like happened too is like, okay, so say you hated your working conditions and you wanted to strike. Well, you have run the risk of getting shot. So
Kill him.
in 1892, the Homestead strike at Carnegie Steel in Pennsylvania, 300 Pinkerton agents opened fire on workers that were striking because their conditions were so bad.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So, like, yeah, if your job doesn't kill you, they will.
They're like, you will work for us or you will die.
Pretty much. Pretty fucking
or
much.
both.
Right. Yes.
This was one of my favorite ones is horse-drawn traffic.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this before.
God.
Yes.
Back then, you know,
Yes.
of course, no cars, no nothing like that. They're kind of starting to do like railroad roads and things like that, you know, but there's still no actual motored vehicles or roads, but they have, you know, I guess you would call them roads. They're not paved or anything like that yet, but a horse doesn't got no fucking brakes on it.
No.
A horse
You
with
say, whoa.
oh, and I like the same fucking thing. Imagine, you know, you just left the bar, you just had 3 shots of fucking mercury mixed with strychnine in your little
you're like-
sauce.
Yes.
You're like, giddy up.
You know? You get on your fucking horse. You know? Come on now, go on, get.
And the horse is like, oh shit, he's fucked up.
Horses are fucking strong. I mean, like, this is like the traffic accidents were also a problem, but you got to imagine horses just kicking people in the fucking
yeah.
face.
Oh yeah, horses are dangerous.
Yeah.
You have to be like very kind of alert and aware when you're around a horse because a horse will fucking kill you.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you're just like fucking around next to a horse and that he gets you in the right spot,
Fucking jackknife
you're
you in the
done.
skull.
You're donezo.
I was playing Red Dead Redemption the other day.
For
and,
sure.
I'm doing like my second run through. And I love this game so much because if you're not doing the story, if you're just riding around, random things with the NPCs will happen. And this guy, his carriage broke down and he's like, had his horse separated from the carriage. He's like messing with the carriage. And he's like, oh, what's going on, friend? And I was like, you know, put in you can have like to say something positive or negative. And I said something positive. And he was like, yeah, I could use some help. And he turns around and the horse just fucking kicks him in the face.
Right in the head.
And he's dead.
Yeah, right. I remember
And
that.
the horse runs away. And I was like, oh my God.
Are you serious?
Oh my God. Like,
And it happens like that, dude. It's so funny.
Like, you don't see it coming. It's just
Not at all.
because the guy bends over to grab something to be like, yeah, help me over here. And as he bends over, the horse just like bucks him like in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And you hear like the crack of his skull. And I was like, my jaw opened. I was
Holy
like,
shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And the
I
horse
wasn't
just
expecting that.
like I'm just like on the way to get a haircut.
You're like,
man.
I'm just trying to ride my horsey around.
Yeah, I was just picking some flowers and stuff, you know. Like,
Yeah, like, so it's funny that you mentioned that, though, because the only time I've ever almost been kicked by a horse was in a similar situation. I was smarter than that, though, but still, I almost got kicked. Right in the stomach, actually, which would have killed me. But all right, so I was working on a ranch. You guys know my first job was on a ranch. So B, you worked on a ranch, you know the deal. So I was tacking up a horse, getting ready for it to be rode by some rich jackass, and I was cleaning the hooves out. So you know I'm doing my job, cleaning the hooves out, and I made it to the back. And the thing is, if you walk behind a horse, the idea is to put your hand on the horse.
Yeah, so they know that you're there, so you don't
So they
startle
don't
them.
start exactly. So don't startle them. This son of a bitch. So I had my hand like running down his legs to like grab it so I can like clean out his hoof, and like I felt like a muscle twitch, and I moved. Like I felt a muscle twitch in his thigh, and I moved.
Ooh.
Wow! Like what the fuck, dude?
Ah, shit.
Like because I was like turned sideways, so if he kicked me, it would have been right in my fucking. I would have died.
You gotta have them reflexes.
Would have died horribly.
Yeah,
fucking Oliver. I remember
Yeah.
you, dick.
They
Son
can
of a
get you.
bitch.
If they get you in the right spot on your like squishy bits,
Oh, yeah.
or if they get you like in the sternum, like there's some spots where if a horse gets you, he's done got you.
Yeah, you done been had.
You done been had.
But I was looking up in the meantime we were talking about this. We're talking about like horses and horse caused accidents. The first traffic light in London was 1868. So this is you know right in the middle of this time frame. The traffic lights, because of how they were set up, actually caused a ton of accidents because of horses.
Yeah, horses can't tell colors.
yeah,
They cannot.
they don't give a fuck.
They cannot. They definitely cannot. So yeah, like there was just a bunch of incidents involving horses and horse-drawn carriages.
Yeah.
When traffic lights were invented.
Yeah, the 18.
So that's that.
It's like just put the deer crossing sign where you want the deer to cross.
It'll totally work. It totally works.
I'm going to kind of cap it off. I got one more thing, and then I'm going to cap it off, because the 1860s is a kind of particular time when they started to be like, hey, I think we're doing this wrong.
Yes, the 500,000 children that have died are making us really think that there's something incorrect about our processes.
It took us about 50 years or so. A lot of people died, but I think we got to figure this out.
Yes.
And also, another thing that was really big. So you got to imagine all of these accidents, all of this stuff. Maybe you didn't die. Maybe you just somehow survived from the 9,000 fucking ways that you could have died waking up and cooking breakfast that morning.
Yeah.
Or just sleeping. If you somehow were able to get medical treatment, good fucking luck.
Oh, God.
Because they really didn't know a lot about.
No.
They hadn't invented anesthesia yet, or
Not the medical treatment.
Have a whiskey.
Yeah, or chloroform, like
Have a whiskey.
anything like that wasn't really a big thing. So
Have some strychnine.
Have a strychnine in your whiskey.
put a little borax in there, give it a taste for you.
Solid.
Some bread.
So when they
Dip
were
your bread in it.
when they were doing surgeries with people, they weren't using anesthesia. So if you had little Timmy showed up with a broken leg, and they were like, doctors like, I can fix this. Timmy was gonna have a really bad day.
So as someone who just came off of 2 days of agonizingly severe tooth pain, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Some of the treatments involved. This is another one we've talked about several times. Bloodletting and leaching was something they used to do a lot. Mercury and arsenic was a remedy, and a lot of the things that they used prescribed it for headaches. Like all types of just.
You won't have a headache anymore if you're dead.
Yeah, we'll fix
That's the point. That is a good point. Touche.
Right up for you. And also, they hadn't really figured out sterilization.
Yeah, they didn't know what bacteria was.
Yeah, they
had no idea.
Going in with probably the same knife that he used to, cut that fucking thick ass cement bread. That he made earlier.
Cut his cement bread. He stirred his strychnine beer.
Exactly.
And then he's like, all right, Timmy, come here.
He spits on the knife before he fucking goes.
I just cleaned it off.
Yeah.
Yep. It was. I was just looking up germ theory because I remember there was a point in time where they figured it out. Oh, actually, here it is. But yeah, it was all around this time as they're figuring it out.
Yeah.
They haven't sorted it.
It was a slow burn.
They're like,
almost literally.
It was a slow methane poop build-up burn.
And because it's funny, when you're mentioning the medical care of the time, my first thought goes to the Civil War. Because I feel like every Civil War movie, they always make it a point to show somebody getting their arm sawed off. Just every time every chance they get. Because Gettysburg, wonderful movie if you never watched it. It's 4 hours, but it's a good one. What was it with Mel Gibson's crazy ass? The Patriot.
Patriot.
Where they
I have seen The Patriot.
Well, they
Ledger.
Oh yeah, that's right. He thought it was his son. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So every time I think about that era of medicine, I just instantly think about every Civil War movie I've ever seen because they make it a point to show at least somebody getting a leg chopped off, or an arm chopped off, and screaming in agony as they're doing it, and they give them whiskey, and then
they pour some whiskey on it, and
exactly,
then
exactly
every fucking tie it off with their kerchief.
Yep. Yeah, because that kerchief is going to do so much.
There's a movie called Almost Heroes with Chris Farley. Have you guys ever seen that?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
This is one of his later movies. It's one of my favorite Chris Farley movies, but it's basically about the Christopher Columbus group who finds America, and Chris Farley has another group that's competing with them to get there first. And it's fucking hilarious.
I love the premise.
Because it's a fucking shit show. And Chris Farley is the guy that they're Matthew Perry is the rich guy who's I want to go here, and he finds Chris Farley to be you're going to be my guide.
That sounds hilarious.
And Chris Farley's a jackass. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Sure.
But there's a scene where they find a place where you can pay to take a bath. They have a bed for the night, and there's a guy who's Chris Farley wants to get a haircut, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I do haircuts." And he cuts his hair, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I've had a real bad toothache." He's like, "Oh, I also studied dentistry." And so there's a whole scene where he literally like a bar fight scene, but he's trying to pull his tooth out. And then after he gets his tooth out, he's like, man, I could really use a bath. He's like, oh, I also run a bathhouse over here. Like, it's this one guy in town that does everything. He's like the doctor, he's the barber, he's the dentist, he like sews clothes, like, and this one guy also does not know how to do any of those things properly.
Of course not.
Of course not. Well, that's like why the barber's poles are red and white, because it was like the red was for blood, because they also did like the bloodletting, and they were like the doctors or whatever.
That's wild.
Yep.
I feel like we've talked about that before, maybe on here.
Maybe like one of our early episodes, I think so, because we've discussed this before for sure.
Yeah,
but that was one of the cooler things. Like, I like that they kept that tradition of that. Like if you want, like a lot of traditional barbershops will still have that outside their shop, like this spinning.
The kids are like, "Mommy, it looks like a candy cane," and they're like, "It's blood."
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people probably don't know that though. I feel like that's not common knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's kind of a novelty thing at this point. People know what it means, but they don't like know what it means.
Sure, they don't put it together like that. Yeah.
Anyway.
So around the 1860s, I think they started to figure out, like, so we got all these new inventions. This is cool. Life's getting better. A lot of people are dying. We should kind of
so good.
We should figure this out.
Like,
So they
not a lot
actually
of kids running around here these days, huh?
they actually published a book in the 1860s called The Castle's Household Guide, and it's spelled Cassell. It's Castle, Petter, and Gaplin, and this was a multi-volume guide that was basically going to tell you how to use, maintain, and operate all of these new household items: cleaning products, makeup, your new gas lights, the toilets. Oh, well, not the toilet, but whatever you use, whatever the fuck they were using for the bathroom at the time. Cooking, healthcare, how to take care, average stuff. The problem with this guide, though, is it still was not that fucking accurate.
It wasn't refined yet.
It wasn't.
They're trying their best.
Early stages.
Such as their medical advice would also involve a lot of mercury, opiates, and arsenic. It was just common household item to have in a lot of house to use for kids. Your kid wakes up with a cough. Oh, okay, little Timmy, come over here.
Yeah.
Let me make you some mercury soup.
Throw in a little opiates in there.
Yeah. You think of anything. Blisters.
He's not going to cry anymore.
Think of all the common stuff a kid might come to you, with a fucking scrape or something like that.
Mommy, I have a splinter.
Yeah, didn't have a bottle of alcohol or peroxide in the house,
Yeah.
We do have mercury, though.
Yeah.
We will fix that up. The cooking and food preservation, as Brandy covered, it had all of these things to tell you to use to whiten your bread, to make your food thicker, to get rid of that nasty taste. This was all in the Castle's Guide.
Does your milk taste like shit? Sprinkle a little borax in there.
Yeah. Cleaning.
Sponsored by borax.
Cleaning products. Pneumonia. Caustic soda, things like this, cleaning without gloves, without ventilation, without using a mask, bleach, things like that.
If you've ever cleaned a bathroom with bleach and forgot to open a goddamn window, you know how much that sucks.
Yeah, and the Castle's Guide was also not like just on how to use these items. This was going to be a how-to book on how the Victorian era was expected to look. So this was telling you how your household should look, as you described the wallpaper.
Gotta have that Shields green.
You better have that shield green.
Yep.
You better. You ain't that. You ain't shit.
Because if it's Bill's blue, you're gonna be looking like trash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're poor, obviously.
Obviously, you're poor if you got Bill's blue.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that walking in the house.
Nope.
It would tell the women how they were supposed to, expected to have a household look for the man when they came home, how a lady should look with the corset, with the makeup, all of this stuff. It was basically like a handheld book, 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Every
fantastic.
single thing that we covered, they got it from that book.
Almost like to cover their ass.
Yeah.
To be like, well, we gave you the guide, It's not our fault, fucking, And it's like, man, like, I don't know like who was because there's so many people responsible for this, but could you imagine like having the invention of like the paint that women are using, and then like
Being
50 years later,
Sheil.
yeah, big shield that guy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
So, by the way, this like one of the things that cause as we discussed before this episode, I didn't really do any research on this. I'm just kind of here for the vibes. But one of the things that you reminded me of, though, when you're talking about like child labor and things that children can fit into, I'm surprised neither of you guys brought up chimney sweeps.
Oh, well, they didn't have chimneys yet in the Victorian era. They had
18th and 19th centuries.
well, they weren't like common in everyday households. They were rich people.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's
But
true. But yeah,
chimneys-
children were chimney sweeps.
Chimneys. Oh yeah, chimneys became household like every day. Everyone had a chimney in I think the Edwardian era,
Okay.
right? Because I watched a whole thing about how they didn't know how to like make them correctly.
Yeah.
So they would like all the soot would like pile up in this one part because they didn't have the draw like
Yeah.
correct and it wasn't taking the smoke out, and then it would like explode and like shoot flames into the house.
Right.
Like their roofs were made out of straw.
Yeah.
So like they would just
Yeah, that's
catch
Yeah.
the whole damn house on fire all the time.
I looked into it a little bit further, and yeah, the Chimney Sweeps Act of 1875 actually helped regulate safety for chimney sweeps. So yeah, I guess that is something their lives were actually made better. The one people that actually got better lives during this
good.
era were chimney sweepers. Look at that.
It was all thanks to Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, obviously.
Yep.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I made the joke earlier before we started the podcast. I was like, it's like Brandy's living in her Victorian era currently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since we've met, actually. It's just,
I am in my Victorian era.
it's been a while. You know what I realized, though? Because like, the Victorian era lasted until 1901. My great-grandmother was alive for the ass end of the Victorian
Yeah.
era, which is
Wow.
crazy.
I reference this all the time, but if you guys ever watched it, the original Little Rascals series was a black and white TV show, and it was based on orphan kids in like pre-Depression era, or during the Depression.
Which is right after this.
Which is right after the Victorian era, but it was almost like, like the more I think about it, they were like, okay, so how do we make this funny? Like we got to turn this
I remember
around.
Depression.
We got to turn
funny.
this train around, and that's literally what the Little Rascals was. It was this show, and every episode was about these orphan kids trying to find food.
Oh my God.
That was what the episode was about every day.
That's terrible.
But it was they were hilarious the way they did the episodes. But if you broke it down to its premise, it was a group like Spanky in the original episodes was a baby.
Oh my
He
God.
wasn't a fucking kid. He was
Yeah.
a baby in a diaper.
Oh my
and
God.
Stymie was like his caretaker. So it was like this like 4-year-old black kid and this huge white baby. And they're like literally every episode trying to figure out how to get food. Like that was the
I
premise
need
of
to
the
go back
fucking
and
show.
watch these.
Yeah,
because I remember watching them when I was younger.
Yeah.
It's
I
hilarious.
need to go back and watch this.
The
and,
look up the artichoke
it.
episode. That would
The artichoke
Yeah,
episode.
That's the thing that he quotes easily the most.
yeah. I won't repeat it because I've repeated it several times. But if you YouTube the artichoke episode, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It's terrible thing for just one punchline. And it's hilarious. But like,
Cool.
like I said, when you just take a step back and you break it down, it's like,
Yeah.
this is what this show is about.
yeah.
It is really bad.
Post-Victorian children.
It is really bad.
Post-Victorian children.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like you said, your grandma was alive at the very end.
She was
of it.
born into it, yeah. She was born at the end of it.
She could have had one of them bacteria-filled baby bottles.
There's Jess. She's lived till 103, so she did all right.
Yeah.
102, but yeah.
So when you're sifting through Walmart looking for your aluminum-free deodorants and your all that stuff, you should be just fucking thankful.
Yep. Thank the Victorians.
Yeah, for going
because,
through some shit.
We might get a rash here or there or a little something like that from a faulty product,
Yeah.
but you won't die.
Well,
We currently have radioactive shrimp in Walmart. We'll see how this goes.
you're allowed.
Don't buy from Walmart anymore.
You're
I
a
will
lot
say
less
that.
likely to die.
Don't get fucking produce from Walmart anymore. Please, just stay away from it.
Who is getting produce from? First of all,
So this is one.
When I was poor,
my dad gets a Walmart card from his insurance, and it's $250 that we can spend, but it's only at Walmart. And you can only get
That
basic
sucks.
produce, which is milk,
That's
eggs, bread, and meat, which is
What the
like
fuck?
the worst fucking items
buy
I
at
want to
Walmart.
purchase at Walmart. It's like they funnel people into Walmart to buy this shit.
Wild
Yeah.
to me.
In my poorer
fucking crazy.
or days, I remember when I got, because I used to shop at Walmart when I didn't have much money. Like it was, I had like $50. I got to eat for 2 weeks. Let's fucking run it.
I wish I had Aldi.
And-
Aldi was always my shit.
All these good.
Yeah, I didn't find out about Aldi until later on in life, unfortunately. But I remember I was going to Walmart and I needed I do eat a lot of ground turkey. I still do. But back then, that was all I could really afford anyway. So anyways, they had these tubes of it, and it was like $1.50 for a pound of it.
The tubes.
Of the tube meat.
The tubes of ground meat.
The tube ground turkey. And the thing that made me stop eating it wasn't the horrible flavor or consistency. It was when I realized how long it was good for. I'm like, meat should not be good for this long in the fridge. This expiration date is alarming.
You're like,
Yeah.
this might not actually be meat.
I bought several items from Walmart that I didn't realize were expired till I got home and I was putting
yeah.
it away.
Oh, yeah. That
Oh,
happens
that's
all the time.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
Because
and-
it's so, that place is massive. Like how they can't keep track of their fucking inventory.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but the Walmart employees, I don't blame you, but they don't give a fuck.
Well, they get paid like fucking 5 straw pennies.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't blame them, but also, like, fuck, god damn it.
Yeah.
Something's
It's bad.
got to happen here.
Yeah, pay them more. They might give a shit. Who knows?
Baby.
But we live in Indiana where the minimum wage has been raised in like 50 years. Anyways, what's the...
Have you watched Superstore yet? The show?
I started to. I haven't finished it.
Oh my god.
It is funny though.
It's so fun. I'm telling you're the wheelchair guy. You are the wheelchair guy.
I don't think we've discussed this actually since I did actually watch it. I'm pretty far into it actually.
Yeah.
I have not seen this.
But I do agree with you.
There's a character in this show, and it's not just because he's a black guy.
He is though. It's
But
true.
it's swear to God, it's Aaron.
It's true.
I swear.
Okay, I'm going to have to check this
It's
out.
so funny.
Yeah,
It's a good show.
it's fine. No, the show's actually pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right, we might as well wrap this bad boy up. You guys good?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think so.
Hell
We're
yeah.
good. The Victorians are not good,
They are
but we're good.
Yeah.
not okay.
It wasn't even that long ago,
No.
if you think about it in retrospect.
Again, my great grandmother, who I grew up knowing, was alive, was born at the end of it. So I mean,
There's gonna be a podcast in 100 years that's like things that people died from in the mid
Yeah.
2020s.
Look what these stupid millennials were doing.
Yeah.
we were just trying to survive. Have you seen how many crises we've gone through?
They use plastic and everything, idiots.
Yeah. They,
We
they have
have-
plastics in their bodies from all these things.
It's why we've aged so gracefully.
We're like 80% preservatives.
Yeah, it's like when you put the plastic over the couch.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah. Our cells are just coated in a nice little layer of plastic.
Yep, that and Red 40. Anyways, if you made it this far in the episode, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. As I mentioned earlier, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a rating, whatever you listen to us on as well. We're actually, I think we're at like a 4.9 on Spotify. I think we're at like a 4.5 on Apple.
Ooh, that's
So, yeah, we can get those numbers higher. They're 4.99. Anyways, we appreciate you listening to us, though. We always appreciate the support. Give us a follow on all of our social medias. Check out our Patreon. We haven't done anything on there in a while, but there's still like 9 or 10 episodes that you can listen to if you're not already on there. Check out our website, requiredtastepodcast.com. It also has our merch on there, too. We recently did a merch photo shoot, kinda. Well,
yeah.
we did one.
Yeah.
The other 2 guys weren't prepared, but it's fine. They were there. So stay tuned for that. Check us out there. Support the people that support us. Foreign Local should be opening up soon. We hope to be seeing them very soon and doing our 3rd anniversary party there. And other than that, we appreciate all the support as per usual. Y'all be cool.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.